What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a comic sketch illustration of Moon Knight. For this lesson we'll be sketching on top of plain white paper and using a black 4B pencil. Let's start by sketching a circle in the center of our page. We'll move to a side grip, starting from the very top. We're just going to lightly work our way around the left side, coming down towards the bottom of our circle. And then we'll go around the right side. Now we don't want to go too dark because we'll eventually erase this out. Now with our circle in place, let's add some guidelines. We're going to start at the very top of our circle, sketch a line coming all the way down towards the bottom, and then we'll extend that up towards the top. Let's add another guideline on the side of our circle, starting with the left, coming down, and then up, and we'll do the same thing on the right. Let's add one more guideline going across the center of our circle from left to right. So extend this out toward the left, and then the right side. Now from here we're going to start blocking out the hood. Let's line up at the top of our circle over towards the left line. I'm just going to curve this in, and then bend that down towards the bottom of our circle, right in the center. Let's line this up over on the right and do the same thing, coming in, and then down. From the outside of our circle, draw a straight angled line coming down and then in. Let's line up the inside on the right, going up and out. Now we're going to tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. Starting over on the left, curve the eye coming down, and then bend that up towards the inside. Let's go back to the center at the bottom of our circle, step down, draw a straight line going across from left to right, and this will mark off the chin. And then going back to the inside of the eye, I'm just going to add a fold coming down and then bending that out. Now right where this fold meets the circle, I'm going to curve this in and then down towards the chin. Let's go back to the outside of the fold, draw a straight angled line coming down towards the bottom corner of the chin. I'm going to wrap the inside of the hood around the jaw. Starting from the left side of that circle, start by curving down and then out. And we'll curve this down and then in towards the bottom of the chin. Now from here, I'm drawing the outside of the hood. From the left side of the circle, step out, draw a straight line going up, just lining up with this seam. Do the same thing on the right. And then from the top, we're going to curve the head going up and then in towards the center line. Let's curve the outside of the head. From here, we're going to step up, come down, and bend that out. And we'll pull that down and back in underneath the chin. Now you want to wrap the cape around the back of the head. Let's start on the left side. Start by going out and then bending that up towards the side. Let's go back down to the bottom, starting on the left, curve the cape coming down and then up. From the outside, curve the cape going out and then back up. Let's add a large fold on the outside of the cape. Starting from the top, curve this down and then bend that in. And then we'll go back up to the top, go up and then bend that out. I'm going to add a series of folds along the inside. From this point, step up, angle down and in, and we'll curve this down and in behind the head. Let's add one more fold. Stepping up from that point, come down and in, curve down and then back in. Let's add that moon crest in the center of the head. Starting from the top of our circle, draw another circle going around, and then back up. And it will cut out the right side. From the top, move over, curve in, and then back out. Once we have the basic layout of a drawing, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we have a clean drawing, we're going to go back in with the tip of our pencil and start refining our lines. Let's start with that center area of the hood, starting from the outside. Just going to pull this in, and then down, just adding a few cuts along the way. Just these little edges coming in. And I'll pull that all the way down towards the center. A little cut on the right side, going back up and out. Just going to add a fold on the top, coming down the side of the hood. And then we'll go back and start adding some shape to the eyes. Starting with the upper eyelid, working our way towards the side of the head. And we'll add some shape to the inside of the eye, starting with the outside, coming down towards the point. And then we'll just pull that back in towards the inside of the eye. I use the side edge of my pencil to add some shading on the outside of the eye, starting from the eyelid and just pulling that down and in. And just lightly fade that out. And we'll do the same thing along the inside of the eye. Just adding that shade going out towards the side. Add a light shadow along the inside of the brow. Then casting that shadow from the hood on top of the head. So start off a little bit darker along the edge, and then just fade that out. We're going to go back and add that shadow across the cheekbones. Just working our way out. And then adding a dark shadow just underneath the hood towards a point. And we'll darken up that shadow and fade that out. We're just going to work our way along the inside edge of the head. Coming down towards the cheeks. And then just pulling that in. Just going to add a shadow across the side of the head. And then fade that out. Add a few folds across the top of the brow, and then just fading that out, and we'll add a shadow across the top of the eye. I'm just going to round out the jaw and then just pull that in towards the chin. And then going back and just adding a shadow across the jaw. Starting from the cheek and just working our way down. Now we're just going to enhance that shadow across the cheek coming down. And then shade in the bottom of the head, coming down towards the chin. Now just working that shadow from the bottom, working our way up and out. Just going to extend that shadow across the middle, and all the way down towards the bottom. And we'll fade that shadow out towards the side. I'm going to go back in with the tip of my pencil and start refining those shadows. Now we're going to add some shadows and folds along the outside of the hood. Starting from the head, working our way out, and then add a darker fold on the outside, and just blend that in. Just going to round out the inside of the hood. And we'll work that hood in towards the center. I'm going to add some folds along the inside of the hood. add some shape to the outside of the hood, and at the same time just adding a little bit of shadow and tones. Let's go back and start refining these folds. And now just working our way up towards the top of the head, and again just refining the edge, just adding a couple folds, and then rounding out the top. And we'll roughly shade that in. And then tracing out the outside of that moon crest. And darkening up the bottom edge to cast a shadow. I'm just going to add a little bit of texture across the top of the hood, starting from the inside edge, just pulling these lines going across, almost like creating these little mini folds, and then from the center, working our way out. And now we're going to refine the outside edge of the cape. Just working in those folds, coming in towards the head. And also adding some folds across the bottom. I'm going to add a shadow just underneath the cape across the top of the body. So we'll darken up the top and then just fade that out. I'm going to add a shadow along the inside of the fold, and then just fading that as we come in. We'll go a little bit darker with that shadow on the right side. And as we get closer to the end of our drawing, we'll tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Moon Knight. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. You can also check out more lessons like this in our sketch playlist. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.